Welcome back. Today we're talking about headphones. I'm going to tell you which ones are the best. Now you might say, what does it have to do with photography? When you're out there shooting a video, you want to make sure your audio turned out. Now some of you might like headphones just for listening to music and having a nice surround sound experience, in which case you might want different headphones. For me, the most important thing is, again, like for everything else, portability, size, and weight. Because I do a lot of things out there in the field, on location, in the middle of the desert, on a mountaintop, on a beach, and I don't want to be carrying these big, giant, heavy, clunky things in my luggage and with me on my backpack or wherever it is. Even though some of them sound really amazing, it's just too much weight and size. So I wanted the smallest, tiniest little headphone possible that sounds really good that I can take with me. So I'm going to tell you which one's the best for if you're just sitting at home in an armchair and you just want to hear the biggest, fullest sound. And I'm going to tell you which one's the best is if you're traveling and you just want to have something in your little kit, in your backpack that you can listen to just to make sure your audio turned out. So here we go. This is what I found. I know there's a lot more out there, but these are the ones that I've used, and the ones that I'm not going to be using anymore, I'm just going to give them away. I'm going to tell you the differences. So let's start with, I don't even know where to start. Should I start with this? Let's start with the smallest ones, like these things. You know, these little tiny little earbuds. This is not professional audio. I mean, you're not going to get a nice representation of what you recorded if you listen to these things. They do come in handy if you're out in the field and you just want to make sure you've got an audio. Do I hear a human voice? Did I get somebody talking at all? That's when this works out. Then we step up to, I tried everything. I went through everything that I could think of. I tried the old, the Walkman headphones. I thought they were the greatest thing back in the 80s when I was listening to my Walkman. I thought they were like, wow, listen to how this sounds. This is great. And now listening to them, and it's like, what? I'm going to give these away. Whoever wants 2 little pairs of Walkman cheesy headphones, I'll give both of them to one person. Then I got these online. These are the Guardians of the Galaxy Starlord headsets. They actually don't sound that bad compared to these things. You can get them for like $10 on Amazon or something like that. They don't sound too bad for what they are. I'm going to give those away too. Then we move up to these. Now this is the first level where you start to go, oh wow, that's I was amazed. These are Panasonic's RP-HT21s. They're really small, lightweight, portable. I was amazed how these sound. I think I might even keep these. They actually have quite a bit of bass. They're almost too bassy and good sounding for what they are. I don't know what they did to make these sound good, but they sound amazingly good for their size. They're very pleasant to listen to. Some headphones, they're so clear and so bright. After about 2 minutes of listening to them, your ears hurt. These things you can listen to all day. They just sound really pleasant and soft and smooth, but bassy and rich and full. I'm amazed. And get this, the price is $6. $6 for this. So if you want something small and light just to, to monitor what you're doing on location, Panasonic RP-HT21. I'm going to keep these because they're pretty good. Now moving up the level here, I got some Sonys. These ones are in between little things like this and the big heavy ones. MDR-ZX110. These sound like somebody talking like this. Oh, you sound kind of muffled. I don't like these. I'm going to give them away. Whoever wants some of these. Next level up on Sony, we have the professional stereo. This is bizarre. I don't understand this. It's got a mono plug, but yet it says dynamic stereo headphones. So it's somehow maybe faking a stereo, but it's an MDR-7502 professional, and they sound pretty darn good. They sound really clear, really bright. They sound really in your face so much that they actually start to hurt your ears after a while. They're so clear and bright. But they have a professional sound, and they're really actually very clear, very bright. They're pretty small and lightweight. They're $59. Moving on. Here we have what I've been using for the last 2 years. Now I've got Sennheiser, Audio-Technica, TDK, Tascam, but I keep using the C-Nals. Now you might not even have heard this brand. I got it from B&H. They have different levels. These are the ones that I use. The ones that I use the most for traveling are these because they compact in like this. And then when you get to where you're going, you take them out and to make them full. So they actually compact really small. I put them in a little plastic case like this when I travel, put it in my suitcase. They fit in really, really well. The two that I have are the SMH 1000 and the SMH 500. The SMH-1000s, which are $75, are rich, bright, they're full sounding, they're a little bit distant, and they don't have a lot of bass. Now, the reason I don't like having a lot of bass like these big ones do is it's deceiving. I think they amp up the bass to make you, whoa, that sounds really cool, man. But it's not really the sound that you recorded. When people listen to your videos on YouTube, they're usually listening on a cell phone or a laptop or something, and those don't have bass. So when you're hearing this really impressive bass sound on your headphones, that's not what your audience is going to be hearing it like. So I don't want to have a lot of bass in the headphones that I use to monitor. And the C-Nals are a nice across the board representation. They're kind of impartial to what they represent. It's just, this is what you're getting. Here it is. And the 500s, the SMH 500s, they have a little bit more bass to them, a little more deeper sounding, a little more fuller in the bottom end, but not too much. It's still very realistic sounding. So I've been using the C-Nals, and the prices are pretty good. Moving up to Tascam. Now we're getting into the big ones. This is a Tascam TH02. Now, Tascam makes portable digital recorders. I thought they would have nice headphones, but these particular ones, they're deep sounding, but they sound kind of muffled, like somebody's got their hand in there. I don't know, it's just too, I'm not impressed with these. So I'm gonna give these away. Tascam DH02. Now again, remember, when I might be over exaggerating with certain things. This is just my opinion. I'm very, very picky. I'm very picky with how things look and sound. So you might be wowed by these. I don't know. Anyway, Tascam DH02, they're only 20 bucks. So you can't expect the world from that. I'm gonna give those away. So next up, TDK. Now we're getting into the really impressive stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have the model number. I don't know what it is. This is what they look like. TDK, if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, TDK was the cassette to get. Remember cassettes? It was like, if you were an audiophile, you had to get TDK. The headphones sound really nice, really rich, really full. These headphones do focus more on the low end because people who like to listen to headphones, they like a lot of low end. So anyway, these TDKs, I don't know what model it is, so I don't know what they cost. And I am going to give these away. So if you like these, email me your contact information. I'll tell you how to do it in a minute. Moving up, Audio-Technica. Now we get to the number one now this is what depends. If you like to sit in an armchair and just listen to like wow stuff, Audio-Technica, this is the one to get. This, out of all these headphones, this is the one that makes you go wow. This is the one that, and no, I'm not giving it away, so don't get too excited because I like these too much. These are ATH-M50X. Very professional sounding. They're kind of flat sounding, which is what you want if you're a professional. By flat meaning it didn't boost the highs, it didn't boost the lows, it's just in a nice flat EQ line. It has a really good range, a good balance of all the EQs. These are too big for me to take on location. Oh wait, they do fold up kind of small, which is good. They're just bigger and heavier than the C-Nals, which these are the ones I love. I mean, you can see the size difference. But for those of you who are just really picky and you're professional sound people or whatever, these are pretty amazing. The Audio-Technica ATH-M50X. It costs about $150 and they're worth it. I'm really impressed with these. All right, moving up to Sennheiser HD280 Pro. These are, I guess I would call them professional studio monitor headphones because these are totally flat sounding. In other words, they're not impressive sounding. True sound people will know what I'm talking about. True audio, when you're listening to it in a recording booth or in a sound recording facility, it's not impressive sounding. It's kind of flat sounding. There's not boosted highs, there's not boosted lows. The Sennheisers are more flat sounding than the Audio-Technica, these particular models. When you're listening to these, it totally sounds like you're in a recording booth, in a recording studio. These are very professional. These are $100 and I'm giving these away, HD 280 Pros. If you want any of these, I'm gonna have a list below in the comments as to which ones are available still. If there's a person's name next to it, that person got that item already. So email your mailing address and your name and no P.O. box, and it must be in the United States, to freestuff@marcuspix.com. The ones I'm giving away are the Sennheisers, the TDK, the Tascam, the two Sonys, these two Sonys, the ones from the 80s, and the Starlords. So I'm going to put those below. I guess you could say Happy New Gear.
Oh, that's bad.
Stay tuned. I got a lot more stuff coming up. Reviews, giveaways, technical stuff, fun stuff, tips, tricks. All right, I'll talk to you later. See you in the next video. Subscribe, tell your friends about Marcus Picks.